the satanic leaf-tailed gecko, an awe-inspiring species hailing from Madagascar, an incredibly delicate species that can thrive in captivity if the right steps for husbandry are followed. In this video, I will be showing you how I put together a bioactive terrarium for an adult breeding pair of these geckos. I'm going to be showing how I did the background for this terrarium, something that I've been doing for a while and I've really been working on perfecting. The first time I did this, it was really terrible, but then I did it a couple more times and it started to work out great. This terrarium is a 16 by 16 by 30 reptizoo knockdown enclosure. Those dimensions come out to 33 gallons. I got this off Temu for $112. I thought it was a steal, and I actually like this style of terrarium. I've used it before in the past. For the main component of the background, I'm taking pieces of wood about 2 inches in diameter, and I'm splitting them in half. I'm not using any PPE the way God intended. This process seems a little time consuming. However, it's actually pretty quick if you have an abundance of sticks. I then measured to see if they're wide enough to fill the background space of the terrarium I'm doing, and I also put them in the oven to sterilize them. Second step, once the wood is made for this background, is spray foaming and placing the wood in. I then put substrate over it and I press it in consistently over the next 30 minutes. If you do not consistently press it within those first 30 minutes from spraying, then it will bubble out really bad. Shoving cococoir into spray foam really isn't the greatest method to get this done. Once that's done, you're going to want to cut it up and put silicone in between the gaps and then put cococoir on that, and that will give you much better details. Now that the background is complete, I'm putting red lava rock in it, and I am using some weed paper as the separator for the substrate and the drainage layer. Before putting in the substrate, however, I put the branches in and I'm going to be gluing them in place. Once again, using 100% silicone as glue, and once I get these in an arrangement that I like, I am going to be putting dirt on them. The substrate being used in this is a blend of peatmoss, cococoir, vermiculite, orchid bark, and charcoal. To get some nutrients in the soil, because I wouldn't be adding an animal in this for quite some time, I put fish emulsion fertilizer in the soil, and then I put my cleanup crew of isopods and springtails in. I am using Yukianara apharotes orange springtails and dwarf white isopods. This terrarium has been planted for quite a few months, and those populations are doing very well. Now, to begin planting, I'm using a neon pothos, and I'm tying it up using bonsai wire. Initially, I planned on pulling the bonsai wire out of the terrarium when I put animals in there so they didn't get cut on the sharp edges of the wire. However, I came up with a new solution where I use a wire nut to cover the sharp points of the wire so that I can use it while animals are inside this terrarium. The other plant I use is an African mask or alocasia. That plant was only $17 and the pothos was only $24. Not only is that a good deal for plants, but this whole terrarium was built for under $200. That's UVB lighting, plant lighting, the terrarium, the soil and drainage layer, the plants. The bugs I did breed myself and I already had those, so whatever. While $200 isn't the cheapest thing in the world, that is a great deal for a terrarium that looks this nice, it's in glass, and it's a decent size. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more like it in the future, please like this video and subscribe. Also, check out my Instagram and Morph Market where you can get a satanic leaf-tailed gecko of your own. Links will be in the description.